So I'm just trying to do a practice.
Men are often reluctant to seek help because it has been traditionally seen as a sign of weakness. To that end, the BC-based Canadian Men's Health Foundation is a trusted resource that offers anonymity through digital services. The Canadian Men's Health Foundation is working hard to educate men using barrier-free digital mental and physical health improvement programming. The nonprofit uses years of systematic research and testing using cost-effective, tailored digital programs to proactively engage men in lifestyle and behavior change, including seeking treatment for early-stage medical conditions and mental health issues before the onset of chronic illness. CMHF's digital programs are flexible, convenient, and private, while also having the advantage of adaptability to reach underserved communities like Indigenous, South Asian, Black, and Asian men. To offer support for men experiencing higher levels of stress, anxiety, and depression, CMHF was also able to expand the reach of the MindFit toolkit as self-assessments grew by almost 244% in the last 2 years. The foundation, A Guy's Guide to
Handicapped people are living longer.
was recently updated in partnership with
Good start.
Canada and now includes a 7-day Mediterranean diet plan that was cross-promoted through social and email marketing to support type 2 diabetes prevention. The National Champions Program brings together well-known Canadians and subject matter experts to engage men and their families, adding 3 new people at the end of 2024. I encourage us all to be healthy and all to think about caring for ourselves.
Yeah, they get paid too much. Look who they're attracting. Applause. Gotta pay for that.
South Surrey has been trying for years to get an increase in support from Community Living BC. He was recently notified that once again, he's been denied. Meanwhile, the top 5 executives of CLBC account for more than $1.4 million in compensation, not including car allowances. To the Minister of Social Development and Poverty Reduction, how can this be justified when Ryan gets denied over and over again, while CLBC executives get overpaid and they underdeliver?
Minister of Social Development.
That's something so old. We'll do more. We'll do more. It's like, maybe do less of what you're doing and more of something else.
Advocates and adults with developmental disabilities to create a crown corporation called Community Living BC.
Yeah, handicapped people in these homes, it's like
Institutionalization has been an important movement in British Columbia.
underfunded.
And I'm grateful that
How underfunded do you have to be to let someone starve at home?
legislation last year that we continue to have board members on the CLBC that direct the operations. We have families and people with lived experience part of the governance.
Well, these people don't act out of love, so it's like,
why
why do they care about this person who's handicapped?
For CLBC, just for some of the issues that the member cites. One
Yeah.
of the good news things is that adult development
These NDP are basically just sadistic monsters.
living in community, but the caseload pressure that is felt by almost every social service across Canada.
It's not new,
is
though.
felt in the
Caring for
CLBC.
people who need support is not new.
So this year's budget lift for direct caseload support was $380 million over 3 years. I look forward to working with the member to make sure that people who are vulnerable and need our support get the care they need.
Member has supplemental.
Clearly, the minister either doesn't understand the hardship or refuses to be held to account regarding Community Living BC executives. When members in government proudly mention wage increases,
Neglected.
they fail to highlight
That's the one thing white people do the most in authority is neglect. It's like the hugest problem we have in this society. It's just
Again, to the minister,
neglectful
why are
people in authority.
29% raises more important than CLBC clients?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
our government takes our responsibility.
So I just
to keep
muted
the most
it.
serious, the most vulnerable
My
people,
voiceover, I'm not sure how it's going to work
supported
because it'll
and,
obviously be with this
and kept
video.
safe
But then
and,
obviously what I'm
and governed in the
documenting
way that
on
they wish.
my
The CLBC executive compensation
devices here.
is something that's directed by the board
I got
and
distracted with my
and
thoughts
is
here.
a fraction
So, okay.
of the
I have 2
97%
devices,
of the
one
budget
looking
that
at the
goes
other,
directly to people
one
who
video
seek care.
recording,
While I have the
and one playing the
opportunity,
video.
I'll give a
And then my
particular
cell phone
thanks to the
here
4,000 British
doing
Columbians
this.
who have opened their homes to adults with developmental disabilities that provide
Yeah, so
home share
basically I guess I'll
services,
put it into a
and that we've been
program and kind
continuing
of
to increase
overlap
their
each other
support,
and
and we'll
then
do more.
kind of see what comes out, I guess.
Member for Abbotsford Mission.
Mr. Speaker, Florence
project.
Gerard, a woman with Down
I
syndrome,
want to do the
starved
date,
to
'cause
death
I
in
like
a home share
documentation.
program contracted
10:44
through
a.m.
Community Living BC.
Thursday, March 13th,
The inquest heard
2025.
testimony that caregivers are underfunded by the Crown Corporation.
Underfunded?
The caregiver, Astrid Dahl, was convicted in 2022 for failing to provide Gerard with the necessities of life. CLBC failed Florence Gerard, and the coroner's inquest report clearly states that payments to caregivers need to be increased now. How can the minister justify executive pay hikes while freezing client care funds?
Minister of Social Development and Poverty Reduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What happened to Florence Gerard should never have happened.
It's not new,
It was a
though.
tragedy.
Caring for people who
That
need
the
support
person
is not
responsible
new.
for her care was criminally convicted was very important. In the 7 years since her death, Community Living BC has substantially increased monitoring and oversight. We are grateful for the recommendations of the coroner's inquest and the civilians who sat on the coroner's inquest who investigated what was the supports that were in place in 2018 at the time that Florence Gerard was tragically lost her life at the place that she should have been safe. And I will continue to press Community Living BC to continue to take advice of the coroner's inquest, of the Auditor General, and the voices that we hear from families and people with lived experience to make sure that CLBC always keeps its deep responsibility for safety every day. Thank you.
Abbotsford Mission supplement.
So I just muted it. My voiceover, I'm not sure how it's going to work because it'll obviously be with this video. But then obviously what I'm documenting on my devices here, I got distracted with my thoughts here. So, okay, I have 2 devices, one looking at the other, one video recording, and one playing the video, and then my cell phone here doing this. Yeah, so basically I guess I'll put it into a program and kind of overlap each other and then kind of just see what comes out, I guess. Little project. Okay, I want to do the date because I like documentation. 10:44 a.m. Thursday, March 13th, 2025.
So very strong. It's our highest responsibility to keep people safe. CLBC